You are not imagining things. Sensitive earth angel, highly sensitive person, especially when you are a sensitive girl or a woman like myself. You are an earth angel, a God's chosen one. So you have to remember that you are not being crazy. When you really feel the pain of people hurting you, they're making you cry, they're disrespecting you in different ways, walking all over you, gaslighting you, manipulating you, saying to you what you should do, what you should look like. Us women and young girls, we have so much pressure when it comes to our looks and, you know, with relationships and with children, raising children and taking care of the housework and, you know, on top of that, whatever comes on top of that even, you know, there's so much pressure. And if you have had a narcissistic mother, narcissistic parents, even more so. So when you are a childhood trauma survivor, you have had a narcissistic mother. So it is just so much pressure, so much work, and after that trauma, to be able to deal with your life, to be able to build a life, because you deserve a good life. You are here for that. God has created you to be yourself, to be living your life the way you should be living your life, not be always struggling. Who can be happy and thrive and be healthy if they are always struggling? Nobody. Nobody smiles, nobody laughs, nobody can take care of themselves if they're always under pressure, dealing with heavy things, toxic people, people attacking in different ways. This is so common for us earth angels because, like I've been saying, like I've been learning in my own life, the painful ways that, you know, a lot of people can be against us. And it's not our fault. But the fact that when you are at the end of your rope, that you simply cannot take anymore. So you have to acknowledge that limit and tell yourself that, you know, enough is enough, and start thinking, what can you be cutting off from your life? What can you do for your self-care? Where can you set a better boundary? And this starts with simple acts to protect your own peace, your mental health, like hanging up a phone call or journaling your thoughts onto a paper to have a healthy outlet for them. Or maybe go for a walk, enjoy nature. Nature is so healing for us sensitive empaths, highly sensitive earth angels. We need nature, we need to be around water, we need fresh air, we need sunshine. And these are especially here in Finland because we have a long 6-month winter with, you know, ice and snow and rain and the cold and the wind, and it really makes me tired at times. And so that is why it's even more crucial for me to take care of myself, my own well-being, to have my own ways that I've learned, because nobody was ever teaching me to take care of myself. I was so neglected. Nobody has basically ever been in my corner in that authentic way. And I believe that this is just what happens to us. Because as chosen ones, our lives just form that way, that usually we don't have anyone in our own corner to see us authentically and in this honest way, to be respecting us and valuing us for who we are, that it is rare. it is really rare. Usually what I have come to know is that, people just leave. If you open up to them, they look at you like you're crazy, because they don't have that emotional depth. And of course, emotionally immature people, they cannot discuss difficult things. They cannot take accountability and responsibility. They cannot apologize. They cannot say sorry. They cannot look in the mirror and really do some self-reflection on their own behavior and choices and how they treat others and how they treat themselves. They're never going to do that because they're so emotionally immature. They're incapable. But we have the emotional depth and bandwidth and those deep feelings and that intuition, which are our gifts from God. You can even have, psychic abilities. You can be a psychic medium, for example, like I am. That spirits have come to me with messages, and I've been doing that. For some time, I've also been doing that as work for clients. So we have these gifts, and there's nothing wrong about them. They are completely natural gifts, like writing and singing. We are so creative as well. So you can have a lot of, creative skills as well. I also love to sing and dance, and I was always writing things, and maybe you resonate with this as well. So you are not at fault. What I wanted to say with this video is that you are not at fault. You just have to learn the ways to take care of yourself, to manage your life how it should be. And that is what I'm here for, to help you. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, we can talk about anything that is going on in your life. I do serve men as well. I have had male clients as well who are sensitive chosen ones, yes. So if you're a highly sensitive man, yes, of course, or an empath man, of course, I can also serve you. But of course, the thing is that you have to be an authentic empath or a highly sensitive person, or a, identified to be a God's chosen one, that you're actually a good, respectful person. Because, apparently there have been some people who have come to me to seek my help, but I cannot help them if they are being toxic or, disrespectful and dishonest, and they're not authentic, and they just attack me. So clearly those were just, psychic attacks when it has happened. And for me, because I'm sensitive, it's been just awful. So I'm just being clear that, of course, I'm here to only serve those who are really my people, that you're actually a sensitive, a deep feeling, kind, respectful, a good person. And so if you are experiencing fake apologies, this thought was just coming to me before I started recording this video, that, the fact of fake apologies, because I have not spoken about that topic much. So when it is a fake apology, someone has hurt you and there's a fake apology, they will be making excuses. So it is still going to be gaslighting and manipulating when they do that. They say things like, oh, I'm sorry if I hurt you. So they're not taking full accountability and responsibility of them hurting you. It's like they are suspecting that they are not even hurting you, that you are just making it up. But again, nobody has the right to invalidate your feelings and thoughts and your intuition. your experience when it is really honest and valid, when you come from integrity. So it is the truth, and no one has the right to deny your truth. That is the fact. That if you feel the pain in your heart, in your soul, in your entire being, when you clearly see and hear and sense and notice and pick up that somebody wants to hurt you, your feelings, they're making you cry, they're causing you a panic attack, they're causing you to have flashbacks of your trauma, they're causing you that your childhood trauma is triggered. So these are serious matters, and it is emotional abuse, it is psychological abuse. And so I hate it when people don't understand these things like it is just normal life. We should never normalize disrespect and abuse. But it seems to be so common. And us chosen ones, we are usually the ones who are apparently witnessing all of it, because we are the cycle breakers. We are the truth speakers. So then we have a lot of work for ourselves, again, to be speaking our truth when we're kind and sensitive, to be trusting our own light, to be trusting our own strength, to be trusting that we are the alchemists who have to turn the negative into positive, that it's all God's plan. But it can take a lot of work and time and a lot of energy to really understand and be overcoming this. But that is why it's again so important to be protecting your peace, because we cannot live if we do not protect our peace. So if it really is, when you're trying to make someone accountable for their behavior when they have disrespected you or hurt you in any way, and I'm not talking about mistakes, like for example, if someone has a crush on you and you don't have a crush on them, you just don't feel the same, but you have not intentionally been leading anyone on, you have not been manipulating them, then you cannot be responsible for that person's feelings. So of course we always have to remember that there is the integrity where we are coming from. So we cannot be forcing anyone to love us and care about us, and they cannot do that to us either. So I've been talking a lot about control and letting people be who they are. And so this again is a boundary that nobody has the right to be treating you in a way that violates your boundaries or your feelings. So like if somebody is trying to force you into a relationship, or trying to make you accountable for hurting them because you did not like them back, you're not obligated for that. So these are just these subtle differences that we need to pay attention to sometimes. Like maybe step back and think like, wait a minute, like who is right here? If somebody is attacking you, it's an attack anyway. So no person who is respectful and meant to be in your life is going to be attacking you and hurting you intentionally. So of course we always need to be discerning what is a mistake and what is intentional, and what is something that we should take seriously and what should not be taken seriously, because in this process we're also protecting our own mental health, our physical health as well, because the mind and body are always connected. Your soul, the spirit, who you are is all connected. So especially if they don't even know what you've been already through, it is so cruel from just a random person to be to be hurting you when you have already gone through enough trauma and pain. It's like you cannot be responsible for everyone. So always use discernment when these things happen. Because, you know, you're not responsible for them. So, yes, if it is a fake apology, you will see it, you will feel it, that this is only an excuse. That they don't really mean it, if they are saying sorry. Or, you know, they're just making excuses like, oh, I am so used to always getting my way. Oh, but this is how it should go. This is how we have always done it. Like, for example, if it's a company that's against you, they use phrases like, oh, but we have this law. We are so used to doing it this way. And you are the difficult one. They can even say things like this, that you're the difficult one. That is why we blocked you. That is why we don't listen. Like, like they are straight up telling on themselves that they are the ones with the problem, not you. If they even make you feel that you are the problem, that you are the difficult one for simply standing up for yourself and speaking your truth, speaking your mind. And again, a responsible company will gladly ask and accept feedback. They're not going to be attacking anyone. They're going to be thanking the person. They're going to be like, oh, thank you very much. Thank you for saying that we can do better. That is the healthy adult's way to communicate and act. Not be belittling, not be attacking, not be trying to gaslight and manipulate the other person to blame themselves. They don't say things like, oh, you're so difficult. They take responsibility and accountability. They look in the mirror and think, how can I do better? That is the normal reaction. That is the normal way to solve things. We don't solve anything by attacking. And of course, you are always, you know, you have every right to be angry if you have been disrespected and treated in this way that is, for example, breaking it's violating your rights and your boundaries. You are so right to have the anger. It is completely valid and natural, and nobody should be turning it against you. So this is just one of the common patterns that I've been seeing, that if you say anything and you're angry, it's like they turn it immediately against you. But this is again a narcissistic pattern. They cannot accept any sorts of accountability and responsibility of their own actions, how they are treating you. They rather blame you for everything. And this is again playing with your mental and physical health, because this again can cause that panic attack and trigger and trauma within you. And you feel like, oh, I'm the bad guy again, I'm the villain again, everything is always my fault, I cannot do anything right, I'm such a bad person, maybe I should just kill myself. This is what it can cause within you to feel and think. So it is no joke. And I'm just so sick of witnessing these sorts of patterns, but apparently they do happen. But that is why it is so important for me to be addressing them, because nobody has the right to be playing with anyone's mental and physical health. But that is what it comes down to. If they violate your boundaries, if it is pure evil disrespect, it is no joke. Especially if you are still on your healing and recovery path after narcissistic abuse experiences. So they are making it worse for you again. They are just attacking you. So it's like throwing you straight back into your trauma. So it's like all of your hard work has gone to basically non-existent, you know, which is again not acceptable. So it's about time that people would really grow up and go to therapy and start taking accountability and responsibility, because this is a serious matter. But, you know, because we cannot force anyone to do that, we can only pray for them and to, of course, like I've been saying, you know, protect your own peace and you know, what you can do. Think about what you can do for yourself every day. Because you just need to be able to stay away from those people and situations for the sake of your own health. But it's so important to really talk about this and to understand what is going on when this happens. It is so important, but it's always fake, it's always excuse, it's always gaslighting, manipulation. It's always putting you down, like they have all the power and control and you are the powerless. But so you are really the victim, but they are playing the victim because they don't want to take any accountability and responsibility. They simply cannot do that. They don't have the skills to do that. So they want to paint you as the bad guy, as the villain. But again, that is why you have to let them be wrong about you and be letting go. And be protecting your own health and peace. If you need more help and support, grab my self-help book on Amazon, book a call with me. I do offer my free 30-minute consultation if you're interested in chatting first for free. So you can tell me about your situation and we can think and discuss, you know, if my sessions are good for you or my coaching program is good for you. But, you know, you're not alone and you're not supposed to be alone. So, you know, I'm here to help. So thank you for being active as always, liking and subscribing and, you know, sharing to fellow people if you have friends, for example, who might also need this important message.